Okay, y'all, I'm gonna do this really quick. I stopped. I'm with my client. We're at another spot, but I don't want my burrito to get too close. So I stopped at one of the little food trucks that were by one of the places we were at, and I got a steak burrito. I'm gonna take a bite with y'all really quick. All right, y'all, so we made it back and I'm actually getting ready to go, but before I go, I want to do this review with y'all. One thing that I will say about this food truck, I don't remember the name, I'm not gonna lie. Wrapping, I love this. I wasn't able to eat my food right away. I love the fact that they wrapped it in aluminum foil to be able to keep it warm. I did take that quick bite while we were at the other little vintage shop. I'll show y'all what that looks like. Okay, and here's the sauce. Me and my client was trying to figure out what this sauce is. It looks like, sorry y'all, I'm trying to get it right so y'all can see. Let me just show y'all on here. It looks like relish with sesame seeds and pepper in it. When you smell it, you just really smell the pickles, but I don't know if I'm smelling pickles or if I'm smelling jalapenos. I'm not sure. So we're gonna try it with a little bit of the sauce. At first I said I wasn't gonna try the sauce, but I'm gonna give a full honest review with the sauce. It don't really taste like nothing. So the steak is cooked well. The eggs are good. The cheese is great. Eating this by itself is good, but it's not a whole lot of flavor to it. It's not a whole lot of seasoning to it. This is a whole lot of smell. You smell a whole lot, but once you dunk it, you know, dip it, however you want to say it, into the sauce, it doesn't taste like anything. Like, I'm not even sure anymore if that's pickles. It might be a green pepper, but it's like a mild pepper, so it's not hot. But yeah, it doesn't really taste like anything. So for $15, well, yeah, $15, that's rounding up. I believe it was 14 and some change. I'll give them like a 5 out of 10. I'll give them a 5 out of 10 if you're looking for something quick, because the time that I waited, mind you, my client went over to go into a vintage shop. We looked around in there, and while she was finishing up her order with them, I walked over to the food truck, placed my order in. I sat down to wait for my order. Let's say 5 minutes. 5 minutes is really pushing it, because I was really like, oh, is that? So it was really quick. My iced matcha, the matcha was bomb. So when it came down to that, the matcha was good. I should have ordered a bigger size of the matcha, because the matcha was bomb. The burrito is good. I haven't had any breakfast. I haven't had anything to eat, but it most definitely gives me the feeling of, oh, I can make this at home. Like, it's nothing for me to be like, oh, I'll go back over there for a steak burrito. I would go back for a matcha if I'm over there and I want a quick copy. The matcha, 10 out of 10. It wasn't powdery. There was no foam at the bottom. The color was really good. The ice to matcha ratio was really good, so the ice didn't really water it down. Excuse me. Drink, 10 out of 10. Burrito is given 5 out of 10. There's no flavor. There was no seasoning done to the eggs. There was no seasoning done to the steak. There's no seasoning in the sauce. You can smell the sauce. You can see the stuff they put in the sauce. But when it comes down to consumption and tasting it, it's blah. So, food truck, I'm going to have to, overall, overall, I would give my overall experience a 7.5, because the matcha was a good 10 for me, and this was a good 5 for me. So, you know, meet in the middle. And then when we speak on the ambiance, the friendliness, the customer service, that's another part. Is why I would say a 7.5. 7.5. The lady was friendly, she was nice. I will say there was an older gentleman. They don't accept cash. I will say I was a little too late of action of when this happened, so I couldn't really respond, and he was already leaving. But I will say there was a little bit of an incident where it was an older guy. He was there. He was on a bicycle. He placed an order. He had cash for the order, but they just told him, sorry, we don't accept cash. I personally feel like, being that you're a food truck, you're in the environment, you kind of seen the situation the guy was in, and it wasn't like he didn't have the money. I kind of felt like in that situation, you could have took the cash and you could have just cashed up your business. You know what I'm saying? You could have just cashed up your business, what he ordered, since he gave you cash. So you guys could have kept the cash, and you could have just, you know what I mean? Could have just cash strapped it like that, instead of him having to miss out completely because you guys are cashless. When most older people, they don't walk around with Apple Pay and all of that, they use cash. So that's another reason why they didn't get a full over 8 from me, because I kind of felt like when it comes down to working with your people, you could have been a little more what's the word, accommodating. Now somebody my age who's young, who knows about Apple Pay and, you know, tap and all of these different things, understandable. This man, grayed haired, okay, he physically looks like he's an older guy who's trying to keep himself in good health. You know, I work in a services field, so it's of nature for me to be of service to people and make people feel accommodated. In the business, I'm completely aware it is not your business to make people accommodated, not even a little bit. But I would say for me as a viewer, my first time being there and seeing the engagement of people, that was something to me that made me be like, okay, we'll see. But other than that, matcha, 10 out of 10. Burrito, we're gonna give it a solid 5. Where the sauce is, we ain't even gonna talk about the sauce. So overall experience, we are going to give, when I find the name, guys, I will put it somewhere over here.